Hello, I'm Dan Wigley, and I've chosen to use the Vantage API for this project, and I'll be presenting a brief tutorial on what it has to offer. So the Vantage API provides global real-time market data. This data is not limited to just your traditional asset classes of stocks and ETFs, but this API provides data on economic conditions, technical indicators, foreign exchange rates, and also cryptocurrencies. People that would be interested in using the Vantage API would be those interested in quantitative investing, given the vast amount of data provided. Also those interested in machine learning, software development, and blockchain technologies, given the data on cryptocurrencies. As you can see on the front page of the API website, Vantage has partnered with significant institutions and exchanges with the London Stock Exchange, Morgan Stanley, a large financial institution, Google, the Harvard Business School. One of the reasons I chose to use this API was my interest in the markets. I graduated with a finance degree, and I've had some experience in the wealth management industry. So I've dealt with a lot of investing, whether that be for myself or others in portfolios. So just the vast amount of data that this API provides and the endless things that you can create with that, whether it be quantitative investing or just gauging key metric points for stocks that are on a watch list are interesting to me. So in order to use this API or gain access, you have to request for an API key, and this API key is free. So you would click this get your free API key today button, and it would bring you to this web page. This web page asks for you to describe yourself as either a student, investor, software developer, educator, or other. And from here, you would indicate your organization, whether that be a company or university. So I describe myself as a student and put Loyola, Maryland in. And all I have to do is put a valid email in, and your free API key is generated, and it is listed below at the bottom of this page. The free API key allows you 5 API requests per minute and 500 requests per day. There is a premium membership. However, the 5 API requests per minute and 500 a day is working just fine for me. But there is a premium membership. Now, to get yourself more familiar with the features of the API itself, I'll take you to the documentation page. So this page has 5 different categories: time series stock APIs, fundamental data, physical and digital cryptocurrencies, economic indicators, and technical indicators. So for each category, there are functions. The endpoint for each function is the same. It's always query question mark followed by function equals, and the function equals would be placed in with whatever function you want to find. Whether it be time series intraday, you would have to plug in time series intraday for the function. The stock ticker symbol is required for a symbol, and then only for intraday will it ask you required for an interval, or adjusted is optional as well. If you go down to weekly, it's just function, time series weekly, symbol, and then optional would be data type, even though by default it's JSON. And then your API key is always required at the end, which was obtained a few minutes ago. For fundamental data, the same goes for the function. For an income statement, for example, function equals income statement, your symbol, your stock ticker, and then the API key. And this is pretty consistent throughout. For Forex, function would be currency exchange rate, and you're required to put a from currency and then a to currency to calculate this exchange rate. Same goes for crypto. You can put your from currency, your function. From currency would either be US dollars, and then to currency could be Bitcoin to calculate that. And then economic indicators has the same process throughout that. And then the same goes for technical indicators. But for the purpose of this, we'll be looking more at stock time series fundamental data. So now onto the brief tutorial, displaying some things that you can do with Vantage API. So first, an import request and import pandas as PD, as I will be using pandas later to create a data frame to make the data more visually appealing and easy to manipulate. On that, next, created a function for get overview. The function within the query is overview, and the symbol will be the symbol that is passed into the function, and then the API key plus token is the token that I saved previously, and that is my API key. So from here, response equals request.get URL, from the URL saved here, and from here, results equals response.json to put the response in the easier format to read. I previously ran this and saw the output, and there was a large amount of different metrics and financial ratios, information about the companies. So I wanted to clearly indicate my output as certain things that I wanted to look at. So those are mine, and I used create a dictionary with this output and used get functions to get the desired key from the output. From here, I created a empty list for company data, and then I put the company symbols that I wanted to draw data from. I picked companies in the same sector / industry. This would be the hotel, resort, gambling, gaming industry. They all fall align with that, and they're competitors in that. And for each company in this list, I called the function get overview for that company, and then appended that output into the list. From here, created a pandas data frame. There we go. And then, so this is my output from the pandas data frame after I use the for loop to generate the output for each. So there's a nice little table here with the industry, or the symbol, the name, industry, PE ratio, quarterly revenue growth year over year, analyst target price, 2-week high, 2-week low. So basically, I read the output originally, and then used the this function to get the information from more than one company. So this made it a lot easier to do that. Go down here. And from here, created a little bar graph that just shows the analyst target price for each company in this industry. So it's a simple graph, but shows just a little bit what you can do with this information from the overview. Now we'll go down to another thing I can do with Vantage. So I just wanted to look at Penn National Gaming for this specific call, and look at the time series daily. So this returns data, whether it be closing price, initial price, the high, and then the low, and then the volume for that. On that, this is the data that is originally presented when I print the response.txt. I wanted to specifically look at time series daily, not the metadata. And then when I specifically look at time series daily, the output is a key, and then, or it's a dictionary with a key, and then the values are another dictionary with the open, high, low, close, and volume. From here, create another output that I wanted, and for each key, so for each date, I output this output and put it into an empty list quotes, which then fills up. Create a data frame again. So this is a nice full data frame, which gives some time series for the prices. To make each column a float, so it could be graph, and then by plotting this line graph, able to see the stock price for the close of each day, past 100 days for Penn National. And as you can see, in July, it was going down, and it was up and down in August, and then towards the end of August, big spike into December, fell out again, going into October, moved a little bit back up, and then they have recently dropped down vastly as there's been allegations or sanctions against someone affiliated with the company that they had stake in. So these are just a few things that you can do with the Vantage API, and I hope that was helpful.